Huge thank you to Toyota of Naperville for letting me borrow the car in this video. Toyota of Naperville is one of the largest Toyota dealers in Illinois, ready to find the right car for you. Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today I am driving a 2023 Toyota Sequoia. Up front is a 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6, as well as a hybrid system, and down below is a 10-speed automatic transmission. Now, I am super excited to be driving this here Sequoia for one main reason, and that's the fact that it is completely new and redesigned for the 2023 model year. I think it looks good. I think so far it drives good, but let's see how it stacks up. But before we get on to anything else, I have a website, ZachPradel.com, as my voice goes out, where you can buy stickers and other merchandise when it becomes available. You can also submit your own vehicle to be reviewed by me through a quick and easy submission form, and you'd get a video of your car just like this one. And you could read my behind-the-scenes blog to see what I'm filming before it comes out on the channel. But let's get back to that 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6 under the hood. Well, like I said, it's paired to an electric motor. This is a hybrid vehicle, and that together gets you 437 horsepower and 583 foot-pounds of torque. That is quite amazing out of a Toyota Sequoia, something that you don't normally praise for its power. Now, the 3.4 liter I've driven before in the new Toyota Tundra that debuted in 2022. I've liked it in the past. Paired to the 10-speed automatic, I think it's pretty decent. However, when you do get into the power, the car does shift a fair amount. So if you're used to the old V8 Sequoias, where you just kind of put your foot into it and it's lazy and you just kind of go, it's going to be a little bit of a new world for you. However, it's going to be a more powerful and more efficient world. Now, like I said, paired to it, 10-speed automatic. Toyota is just dipping their toe into the 10 speeds. Now, there's a couple automakers that have been using 10 speeds for a while, but Toyota is just deciding to start now with the new Tundra and Sequoia, and they seem to be performing pretty well so far. Last but not least, interestingly enough, this particular Sequoia is optioned with only two-wheel drive. Now, of course, you can get four-wheel drive, and most Sequoias that you're going to look at are going to be four-wheel drive. But for whatever reason, this one did not get that option, so it's going to be somewhat rare to find a two-wheel drive Sequoia, and this is one of them. So all that paired together makes a pretty nice driving feel. It doesn't have too much road noise. It doesn't have super harsh suspension. You have to remember, this is a 3-row SUV, so it's going to be a little stiff. It's not going to corner quite like a Miata, but it's not super harsh on bumps, which is nice. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I get a completely digital cluster. This is all new for 2023, and I really like it. In the center, I get my speed and tachometer, and then off to the left and right, I get more digital gauges that I can customize. I really like this screen. I think it looks good. It makes the Sequoia feel very fresh. And that's what I was looking for out of this car. Toyota is good at a lot of things, but making something that's fresh, hip, and cool hasn't been their strong suit the last 20 years. Now they're starting to with the GR Yaris and Corolla and the Supra, but it hasn't always been their cup of tea. So when I feel like I'm on the cutting edge in a Toyota, that's a big deal. On the steering wheel, on the left, I have my selectors for that center gauge screen, as well as my volume and voice commands. And then off to the right, I have my radar cruise options, as well as my audio mode and skip track. The overall look and feel of the steering wheel is great. It's big and chunky, and I really like the feeling of it. It has perforated leather around the outside, and overall, again, this feels brand new, and I'm very happy to say that. Off to the left, we have a giant climate control vent, as well as a bunch of buttons for my rear tailgate, on and off, automatic high beams, my fuel door, gauge dimmer switches, odometer and trip, headlight leveling, heated steering wheel, and my outlet control. Moving on to the door, I have my latch to get in and out, and then I have my power mirrors, power locks, and power windows down below. Moving into the center, we get a giant screen. This is also very noticeably very new. And so we can cycle through a couple different things here. This is the vehicle and trip information. I can come up here to navigation. Now, obviously, it isn't set up, and I would have to subscribe to that. I can come down here to my music. I do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I can come down here to phone, obviously set up a phone device, vehicle, And then I have a bunch of vehicle settings as well. This screen is nice and big. I really, really do like the look and feel of it. I don't think it really commands too much attention in the interior either. You know, when you're driving, yes, that's a very big screen, but it's not overpowering. And I think that's really, really nice. I will throw it into reverse here. We can take a look at the backup camera. And I have a bunch of other options down here, which is really, really nice. I could cycle through a couple different things and a couple different views. All really, really nice camera stuff here on the new Sequoia. I love that. Down below we have our climate controls. So I do get dual zone climate, temperature, rear sync mode, all of those nice things. I also get heated seats, which are fantastic, recirculating AC, all of the nice bells and whistles here that you would want in the Sequoia. I get it here. And then we have more buttons down below. So we do have a trailer button, as well as I could turn on my camera at any point. This is the view button. And this will actually show a 360 view of my surroundings of the Sequoia. This is pretty cool, and I'm very, very happy to see that. This isn't a super new technology, but it's cool to see it here in the Sequoia. Then I do have my traction control off, my hazard switch, and then 3 dead switches off to the right of that, because this is not the top trim. The top trim would be the capstone. Then I have my auto holding brake and power parking brake, and then we move on to the center console. We get a big cubby up to the right, shifter off to the left. This is a pretty parts bin Toyota shifter, although it is very modern and it feels nice. And then we have a couple different drive modes. So I can select between sport, normal, and eco. Interestingly, for both sport and eco, the engine and transmission just light up blue. Doesn't really give me much more info after that. But overall, I'm happy to see that I get some different drive modes. And I do have a tow haul mode. And then off to the right, we do have cup holders. So we will do a big friggin' bottle test here in the 2023 Toyota Sequoia. And unfortunately, it fails up here. But back behind my elbow, there are 2 cup holders, and it passes in there. So this is a toughie, but I think I am gonna give it a pass because you can easily access these bigger cup holders to my right, and it does fit in there. So I'm going to give the 2023 Toyota Sequoia a pass on the big friggin' bottle test. Then we get this giant center console. So I can open up this little top part, and then I have a huge cubby space down in the middle with like a USB-C, as well as traditional USB, and a bunch of storage options, which I really, really like to see. Moving on to the seats. The seats are nice and comfortable. Like I said, they are heated, and they are power, which is very, very nice. They are perforated leather as well. I think they have a nice sporty appeal, and overall, I'm very happy with them. But speaking of seats, we do have 2 more rows of Sequoia seating, so let's go do some backseat reviews. All right, so we're in the back of the 2023 Toyota Sequoia, and I am very, very impressed with the backseat space. First of all, with my knees forward, sitting up straight, I'm not touching anything. My knees probably have 6 to 8 inches before they hit the seat in front of me, and this is my regular driving position. Headroom is a little bit closer than the knee room, but still, I'm not hitting the ceiling. I have plenty of space, and I really like that. I get a center console that folds down. I get to utilize those cup holders in the front that do pass the big friggin' bottle test, as well as I do have my own climate controls for auto, fan speed, and temperature. Then I get 2 USBs, a traditional USB port and a USB-C port, and I get a regular wall outlet back here. So that's what that control is to the left of the steering wheel that can turn on and off this outlet back here. I really, really like that. This back seat area is an absolute slam dunk. I love it back here. These seats are amazing. They're great. So much space. I don't feel crammed. And like I mentioned earlier, this is a 3-row SUV. This is a full-size SUV, and I really, really like that. Tons of options back here. If you have a family, if you have a lot of friends, you can definitely put them back here, and I love that. Let's hop out. We'll take a quick look at the trunk and cargo space in the rain, and then we'll talk about the looks. All right, so we're on the back of the brand new Sequoia. Press and hold here on the key fob, and it will pop up automatically. Absolutely love that. Now, there's something interesting going on here right off the bat. First of all, you have 2 different levels of storage. So you could store stuff down here, or you can have this nice privacy cover / extra flooring that pairs up with the 3rd row of seats. So that is pretty cool. I do get an outlet back here a wall outlet, very, very nice, as well as more storage options. Really, really like that. Not a whole ton of space. I wish it had a more flat loading floor, just for like full-size vehicles like this, but I do also have power buttons for the rear seats, so that is a really, really nice feature. Overall, tons of space, but I just wish it had that flat loading floor like a lot of its competitors. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and this also was redesigned for 2023, and I have to say that it looks very, very handsome. I really like the look of the new Sequoia. I think it functions very well. I think it's handsome. I like it. Not sure what more I could say, but it looks new. That's the biggest thing. Toyotas, in my mind, again, like I said with the gauge cluster, always seem a year or two out of date. Now, you trade that because Toyotas are always going to work and always be reliable, but they always seem a year or two out of date. Well, that's not the case here with the Sequoia. It looks very, very fresh, and I like that a lot. With all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think finally driving the brand new, all new Toyota Sequoia? Well, I have to say that I've really pleasantly enjoyed this experience. It rides nice. It has great new technology in here. I really like the big full screen. I like the 360 camera. I like the gauge cluster screen. I like the comfort options I have in here, like the heated seats and steering wheel. It's a really, really nice vehicle, and I'm really happy with Toyota's redesign for the 2023 model year. There's so much time, effort, and money that goes into redesigning or just designing a vehicle in general. And so when a car comes out, it's all brand new, but it already seems dated or ugly or whatnot, it's a big disappointment because there's hundreds of thousands of man hours and hundreds of thousands of dollars thrown at something, and for it to come out ugly is such a shame. Well, you don't really have that issue here with the Sequoia. It works. It's really, really good. And I'm sure I'm going to see these on the streets for years and years to come. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Toyota of Naperville for letting me take out their brand new Toyota Sequoia to kick off 2023. This car was very, very interesting to take a look at. If you're considering one, I'd highly recommend checking one out in person. And you could do so at Toyota of Naperville on Ogden Avenue in Naperville, Illinois. They have been absolutely awesome. Their information is up on the screen as well as linked in the description below. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.